Oh yeah, guys, I got some new audio equipment. Specifically, I picked up a preamp because you know that microphone? That one microphone that every single YouTuber uses and how it always sounds really shit? Because either they'll move their mouth away and they'll basically disappear, or alternatively, they'll get too close to the microphone and they'll just peak like crazy. Yeah, nobody seems to know this, but that mic really only works if you install a preamp, and I did install a preamp. So hopefully things sound a little bit better. Yes, I know it took me 2 years to do it, shut up. But today we are talking about rentals. You know, you gotta rent a house, maybe you gotta rent an apartment. Everyone needs a place to live, right? Well, this post went viral on Christmas Day, in fact. Check out the absolute state of the rental market in New York City. Must be queer, NB, or trans. Person of color preferred. Considerate about the space and other people in the building, especially regarding COVID safety. Willing to build space and keep the apartment clean together. Communicative, vaccinated, and 24 plus preferred. This is an anti-capitalism household. If you identify as a liberal, we won't be a good fit. Rent is $925 plus utilities for BIPOC. That means black, indigenous, person of color. Wonder why you said BIPOC here, but you said only person of color at the start. $975 plus utilities for all others. All others meaning white people, obviously. Unless they're counting Asians and Jews in there now, which, hey, given the state of the left, who knows, eh? Feel free to email me if you have any question. Hashtag support BDS. What's BDS? Hashtag free Palestine. Hashtag abolish Israel. Yeah, they're not accepting any Jews living here. Hashtag land back. Hashtag resist colonialism. Hashtag global solidarity. Now, when I first saw this, I was wondering, how are they getting away with this? Like, isn't this illegal? Isn't it illegal to openly advertise that you won't bring in cis people or white people into your rental space? But it turns out these people are subletting. They've already rented the apartment. They just want somebody else to move in with them. And when you're subletting, that's legal because you're not a business the way that the apartment owner is a business. So, okay, fair enough. They want their anti-capitalist roommate for their little hellhole in New York. Okay, I understand. But I gotta ask here, what does willing to build space mean? Like the sentence here, willing to build space and keep the apartment clean together. Well, keep the apartment clean, okay, that's normal. But willing to build space, what are you fucking doing? Are you knocking down a wall and like colonizing somebody else's apartment? That doesn't sound very progressive of you. Or maybe you're like opening the windows up and building a new room out off the side of the building. Maybe you're building space that way. What the fuck do you mean build space? This just honestly sounds like some hippy dippy bullshit. It sounds like the stuff that I would hear when I was taking like intro to critical theory during my second year of university. And see, they say you must be queer, NB, or trans and POC preferred, so they will take a white person if they have to, but they're not going to take a cis person. So imagine being a white trans woman, you know, you're down on your luck, you're looking for a place, you come across this listing, and they're like, you know what, that white privilege, you gotta pay $50 more. Jesus, it sounds so ridiculous. These people are legitimately bigoted. And you know what? I'm not even dogging on people who want some kind of rental with people who are like them, whether that be racial, whether that be sexual, whether that be gender specific. Like, fine. You like what you like. Like here, check this out. This seems to be a reasonable way to put this. Looking to rent or lease with a queer-friendly roommate. Hey, I'm looking around for roommates who are queer-friendly and cat-friendly. I would have one cat who is very shy and would be paying rent through my substituting job. My phone number is available, my service is bad, okay. But still, like, look at this. Like, it's just a normal thing. It's like, listen, I'm queer. I don't know if that means if they're gay or if they're bi or if they're trans or there's something there. And they're like, I need somebody who will accommodate me. Fair enough. There's none of this crazy fucking nonsense. It's just, hey, this is what I need. Okay. And you know what? You find somebody who will fit you, great. If other people won't fit you, well, then you guys keep looking. That's okay. This is the beauty of the free market. Letting people state their preferences and then try to find those who match with them willingly. Here's the hellish version of this very same thing. $900 and a 3-bedroom queer creative house with a backyard. QT-BIPOC prioritize and encourage... What the fuck does this mean? Okay, BIPOC, we got that before. Do you mean like cutie? As in you find them attractive? Like, no, maybe it's queer trans? You need like a fucking decryption key to figure this stuff out. Hey folks, we've got 1 bedroom available in our sunny Oakland Community Care Centered house. It's off High Street, east of the lake, a huge grassy backyard. And as you read this, you realize it just sounds like a regular house, you know? And then you get down to About Us. C, they, them. Queer, NB, white, 28. Community-minded and lover of honest, compassionate communication. In other words, that sounds like somebody who will just shit on you and say, oh, I'm just being honest. I'm just brutally honest. That's how I am, darling. Works from home. Creating digital content for labor organizing and working on alternatives to the police. Okay, so if they're getting paid, they run an account like Rose City Antifa. They're social, sensitive, and passionate, and come alive when skating, letting their freak flag fly on the dance floor, floating in the water, making magic in community, and in deep convos about liberation. Can you imagine, like, you come home from work, you just want to fucking go to your room, maybe, play some video games, eat some food, watch whatever the fuck, and you got this person knocking on your door. Excuse me, it's time for our Marxist talk on liberation. Can you please come out into the kitchen? It's like, fuck off. I want to sleep. E is they, them, queer plus non-binary and trans, white, 31. Spends most of their time organizing to break up corporate power and help create new food systems. I guarantee you, the only food system this person cares about is the one that starts at their mouth and ends at their asshole. Break up corporate power. You guys don't know how to fucking farm. You live in a big city. This is gonna be like Chaz all over again. Remember those sad little plants they had going? You can't feed a city block on that shit. They like drawing, practicing magic with friends. Or are they Wiccan, I guess? They're vegan, they're learning to tattoo, they work from home, and they like to skate. They like to socialize, especially through art and dance, but also likes quiet time alone to recharge. Oh god, both of these people work from home. This sounds almost intolerable. And then finally there's B, a sweet magical kitten whose eyes hold secrets to the universe. Assuming that's actually a cat, like a pet, and not just, a woman who calls herself Kitten. That might be the most acceptable person there. It's important to all of us that we are actively working to decolonize our minds and create a world where liberation is possible for all people. Black trans lives matter. If you don't agree, we aren't a good fit. Listen, you want to be liberated? Don't live in a house like this. One room is available in an LGBT POC friendly shared home. There's already 3 roommates there. One is S in her 40s, she and they. She's an award-winning performer and yoga instructor. Jesus, what performance are you given that you're also a yoga instructor on the side? Do you teach the best yoga class in town or something? B, 40s, he, him, works in education with limited exposure to the public, enjoys cooking, tabletop gaming, theater, and music. Oh god, imagine joining this guy's tabletop game. You have to sign one of those tabletop consent forms. Maybe you gotta hear about how orcs are black-coded and therefore racist. D, 40s, he, him, works in tech with limited exposure to coworkers. Man, these guys are all in their 40s. Like, fuck. Imagine having a roommate even then and like not living with your girl or something. I know it might sound kind of hypocritical because currently in my house, we've got me, we've got Naomi, my girlfriend, and we've got Dave, my friend. So he is the third wheel. He's the roommate. But the difference is I've known Dave since I was 4 years old. At my age, I would not be tolerating just having randoms move into my place. Fuck no. I'm not 19 anymore. We are looking for someone who is serious about practicing COVID safety. LGBT, queer, and POC encouraged to apply. We are friendly hermits who love our cats and chickens in the backyard. You guys are raising chickens back there? Fucking imagine. After like a hard week at work, you come home, you just want to hang out, maybe sit out in the back porch with your coffee on Saturday morning, try to have just like a little bit of peace. And then suddenly a whole bunch of chickens come up, start pecking your fucking feet. Check out this rental. This one's from Portland. We are anti-cop, anti-authoritarian, and lean towards a collective structure. The house is currently half BIPOC. An understanding of structural white supremacy is necessary. House is somethings and mostly queer and trans. We like to craft, cook, and bake, maintain relationships with one another, read, do political projects, have bonfires in the backyard and garden, witchy, kink, and sex worker positive. Add green in the subject heading to ensure the entire ad was read. You gotta give these guys the secret code before they'll let you in. We are looking for housemates that are able to communicate directly, listen, and respect each other's boundaries and needs. We have monthly meetings and have discussions about COVID risk. Okay, I was joking about the Marxist meetings earlier. That was a gag on my part, but no, these people, they're like, it's time for you to come to the monthly meeting, dear. Knock, 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 knock. Like, God damn it, Karen, I just came off a night shift. Let me fucking sleep. Nope, monthly COVID meeting. They have their meetings about COVID, consent, and harm reduction. Oh god, monthly meetings about consent. Excuse me, so I saw that you brought a girl to the house last week. Did you make sure that you obtained her consent? We were listening in through the door and we didn't hear her explicitly give consent. Did she sign a consent form? This sounds like it would be fucking hell to live in. You know what lean towards a collective structure means? That means that your room isn't actually your room. You want some private space where it's you in exclusivity who owns the location? No, man, it's all collectively owned. This ad reads like you're paying for the privilege of having a fucking commissar run your life. The most famous version of this sort of thing happening was back in May of 2021. When this ad rental for a Portland Antifa whorehouse went viral on Twitter. Rent is $302 per month, an 8x8 room. That's not very big, 8x8. Okay with noise. You're located off of the living room and by the front door, so you will hear a lot of traffic. Your walls don't extend all the way to the ceiling, so you'll hear a lot of stuff. Jesus. You have to be okay with sex workers. We have 3 in our house and frequently have loud sex. You couldn't pay me $302 to take this fucking room. Holy shit. Here's the pictures of the room and oh my god, look at this. They literally took a section of their living room. They put up folding doors. You know, the doors that kind of accordion themselves close and open on some closets? They just stuck those up, and then they put a curtain. And there's your fucking room. For $302 a month, you can live in a literal hole in the wall. Here's what the rest of the rental ad read. You have to be a cab. All cops are bastards. Don't be ableist. Don't be racist or homophobic, transphobic, or a misogynist. And then it talks about the sex worker stuff. And then, whoever moves in must also have little to no belongings and be okay with the home being used to host homeless people on the couch. So, let me get this straight. For you to pay for your tiny slice of this house, literally carved out for you, you gotta pay $302 for that. But the bum down the street who's shooting up heroin, he can come in and sleep on the couch, no problem. Scot-free. I can't fucking believe this, dude. The location is called the Creatures Co-op, and Creatures Co-op is run by Brandy Jo Taylor Fish. She seems to spend her time fundraising for Antifa, specifically to get enough money to bail out people who were charged during riots. Fish's partner, Ribbity Raggedy, yes, that's her name, is one of the sex workers living at the house. And by golly, wouldn't you want to spend your evenings with nothing but a curtain between you and the outside, listening to these people have sex all night long? Well, fuck, just sign me up there. Just fuck my entire life up, dude. This video here went viral around the same time of a 20-year-old full-blown narcissism project getting kicked out of her place by her parents who just don't understand what it's like to be a young person nowadays.
You legally have to give me a month.
No, I don't, because you haven't paid one brown penny.
I'm not obligated to, and I can't afford to.
Guess what? Doesn't matter.
You can't just tell me I have 2 weeks to find somewhere!
You've had over a month. And
No, I haven't!
Look, you have done nothing but dig your heels in and try and make me feel bad about your...
No, I haven't! I've been trying to educate you!
No, your education is brainwashing.
No, it's not! You just won't listen to me!
No, I'm not going to listen to this crap. Now you talk...
I have schizophrenia!
I don't care what you have. I don't. It doesn't mean we live in squalor. And it doesn't mean you're a bully.
I'm not even a bully! You literally detonate me, misgender me, and tell me that, like...
I know your mom's a boomer, sweetie. She just doesn't understand that being literally neurodivergent and a minor, at least in your own head, you're 20, but I mean, you're minor coded, let's say that. That means you don't gotta pay rent. It's just too hard for you. Capitalism's too tough, isn't it? But it's okay. I'm sure the Creatures Co-op living room hovel is just right for you. You've got the look down pat, you've got the politics, you've got the fucking brain rot. Don't worry, they'll turn you into a sex worker soon enough. Listen, guys, I know maybe you live in a city and you see the city decaying before your very eyes because you live downtown or something. You want to get the fuck out. Fair enough. Or maybe you live in a small town, and maybe your small town is the one that I came from, where honestly I hate going back there nowadays because it's full of heroin addicts and boarded up businesses. There is nothing left back there. You got people on the left who are saying, get out of your small town and away from your conservative parents and move into the big city and bloom and flourish and become your own special snowflake. And you got people on the right who are saying the cities are decaying, destroyed by decades of leftist policies. Get the fuck out of the cities and return to monkey. The truth seems to be that both of them are bad in their own way. And what you like actually depends on your own temperament. There are absolutely people who can go to a city and live a non-dysfunctional life. There are absolutely people who can go live in the country and not feel oppressed or too far away from everything. It really does depend on your temperament. But right now, this worship of the idea of moving out to the city, this has got to stop, man. Like, this is what it's creating. All of this fucking insane nonsense. People are literally willing to buy closets in whorehouses if it means that they can get a taste of that big city living. And you know what? It ain't worth it, man. Take it from me, it ain't fucking worth it. Like, I get it. You want to live close to the action. Okay, understood. Maybe your plan is to move to the city, grind hard, save up the money, get yourself your own place. Cool. Great goal. Owning property's good. But it seems like these people forgot about the work part of that. They make it to the city, and then they just sit around and subsist. They rent shitholes, or they turn perfectly good places into shitholes, and they completely forget that this is supposed to be a transitional part of their life. This is your foot in the door, not the place where you sit down. You know, every time I hear about somebody saying, like, landlords are oppressive, we need to abolish rent, whatever, then I see the people who are saying that, they're overwhelmingly people like this. The worst fucking tenants you could ever have. Like, when these people move out, that building's gonna have to be condemned, dude. You know what, guys? I gotta go. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go thank my landlord for providing a decent fucking house, because this is actually a pretty nice place for the price, and I'm going to be so goddamn happy that me and the people who are here haven't fucking ruined it with our own filth and degeneracy.